Guess what they're telling me? You're right, Rick. We don't need this. And I get as much excitement out of that because I saved so much time. I asked them tough, hard questions. I gave them a dose of reality of what you could expect. I gave them a balanced perspective, and I felt good about myself. So I agree with you. Okay, so the next thing is I want to talk about this important sales strategy called value-based selling, feature benefit, value added. Who's been schooled in it? Who's heard of it? Anyone use it in their company? Thank you. This particular style of selling has some real pros and has some potential cons. I want to go through those. I want everyone for a moment to pretend that I'm a prospect. And you walk into my office. Since everyone's Mitch, I'll go to Mitch again. Mitch, nice to meet you. I've heard some nice things about your company. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do to give me an overview of how you could potentially help me. What makes you different? Why should I buy from you? What would be 5 things that you would leave a favorable and indelible impression with that customer if you wanted to underscore about your company's offering to at least create an initial level of credibility or to at least get the conversation off on the right foot? What would be 5 things, and then here's the qualifier, that your salespeople would say that would underscore your company's value proposition? Not what you would necessarily answer. What would be 5 things that they would want to hit home to at least establish some credibility? Take a few minutes and write them down. 5 things that would leave a favorable impression with that customer to at least have them realize that you're a player, that you're knowledgeable, that you're not just a new kid on the block. Write them down. Feel free to look to your right or left. I'm sure you'll pick up some good ideas. If you have a Crackberry, you can go to your company's website and see what they have down. Okay, it looks like everyone has 1 or 2 down. Let's do this as a group project. Who wants to start? All right. Who wants to start? Yes.
Why are you asking that question?
First thing, now I'm going to have to play hardball. I hate having to do this. Stephanie, listen. I'm very busy. I've got a few minutes. Just give me some information. Now, I want you to be aware, under these pressures, how would we handle that and how would we respond? By the way, Stephanie. So, even under those pressures, how would you respond? So let's do 5 things. Yes?
Similar companies we work for. Similar companies.
Okay. So similar companies. What else? Experience.
Not ready to money. You made money.
Okay. What else?
Expertise.
Expertise. And we have that. Yes? Don't make this tough for me. No, go ahead.
I have always asked them, what is it important for you to be able to hear or speak from me? That would
Hold that thought, because you're with Stephanie, and I think you guys have been collaborating a little there. But you're on target, but I just want to go through this, so you're on target. Last but not least, longevity. Okay, I have good news and bad news. Which do you want first? All right, the bad news is, you business owners, there's been a huge storm throughout the country. And the bad news is all your businesses have been wiped out. You salespeople, my company not only does sales training, but I'm an outsourcing company, and unfortunately, all your companies have brought you here to be outsourced. And my duty is to tell you you've all been fired. Sorry. Some of you are like, hallelujah, I'm out of that place. Some of you have good insurance policies and said, I was going to sell that place anyway. I'll probably get a better deal from my insurance company. The good news is, in the short time that I've interacted with all of you, I have found you a bigger, better position. You business owners, same equity position, all the right benefits. You salespeople, 20% increase in salary and commission. So life is good. I've helped everyone. I'm that same prospect again. Mitch, good to see you again. Glad you landed on your feet. Tell me, Mitch, what makes you guys different? Why should I buy from you? What would be 5 things that you would want to leave a favorable, indelible impression with your customer to get them to feel that you have credibility and to truly distinguish yourself? Write them down. No one should be writing anything. Why? It's obvious. Stephanie and Jenna were right on target. I rarely get that response. Let's Stephanie. One of the things that we liked is that you guys had worked with very similar companies. Do you have that with this new company?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Do you work with the same kinds of companies that you worked with before? Say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what about experience? Are you guys experienced? A little more enthusiastic? You bet we are. Okay, great. Can you help us save time? You know it. Experience, longevity. So what are we seeing? It's the same old, which, by the way, you guys are right on target. Everyone's singing from the same hymn book. You all look the same, you sound the same. And then here's the irony. These are the lowest common denominators that companies use to distinguish you. They would not even be talking to you unless you had these attributes. This feature benefit style of selling, this value proposition style of selling that has worked so well in the past is fatally flawed in the information economy. For what reason? Everybody has access to this information. It no longer carries the day. So, if you took that non-selling posture, that change agent mentality, and if someone said, what makes you different? Why should I buy from you? How would you answer that truthfully?
I don't know if you should.
There you go. Say that again.
I don't know if you should.
I don't know if you should. I'm not sure if we have the right solution for you until I have taken the time to better understand, first of all, whether you have a reason to change, and second of all, understanding the consequences of change. Mr. Customer, is this important enough that you'd allow me to go through that process? No, just send me some information. And what's our response?
See ya.
Later. If the customer or client is not willing to invest 20 to 30 minutes of their time, what does that tell you about their intent and desire to change with you? It doesn't even exist. So this style of selling is fatally flawed. You've got to get your salespeople to re-engineer this information in the form of questions that have a negative impact as to whether or not that customer has problems in these areas. Not what you can do to help them, what makes you different, what makes you better. People don't buy for those reasons.